Wednesday, August 6 in Salem. The air is thick with tension, and the summer heat is nothing compared to the storm brewing in every corner of this town. Secrets are bubbling to the surface, loyalties are teetering on the edge, and one wrong move today could shatter lives forever. In this episode, hearts will be tested, schemes will tighten, and a single dangerous confrontation could set Salem ablaze. Brace yourselves, Days fans, because the drama waiting for you is about to explode. The morning light creeps through the curtains of Paulina Price's living room, casting soft golden streaks across the furniture. Yet for Paulina, that light feels heavy, almost accusatory. She sits on the edge of the sofa, hands trembling slightly as she flips through the morning newspaper, each headline whispering reminders of the courtroom tension and Salem's relentless gossip. Her eyes are red from sleepless nights, haunted by imagined scenarios of public humiliation and the fear of losing the life she's built. She paces the room, muttering to herself. Every creak in the house feels like the walls closing in, every distant car passing outside sounds like the world moving on without her. She is trapped in a storm of shame and anxiety, unsure how to protect her family from the consequences swirling around them. Then, the front door opens softly. Abe Carver steps inside, radiating a quiet steadiness. He immediately senses her distress. Without hesitation, he crosses the room and gently places his hands on her shoulders, turning her toward him. "Hey," he says, his voice like warm honey, "no matter how loud the world gets out there, in here, we're together. And we're strong." Paulina breaks, just a little, leaning into him as he pulls her into a full embrace. She allows herself to rest her head against his chest, feeling the slow, reassuring rhythm of his heartbeat. It's a rare moment of stillness, a fragile bubble of peace in a city where trouble lurks behind every corner. For a brief moment, Paulina can breathe. But the audience knows all too well. In Salem, peace is like smoke, it always slips through your fingers. And the storm on her horizon may arrive sooner than she fears. Meanwhile, across town, the atmosphere is anything but calm. The Salem Police Department's doors swing open with a loud bang, and in struts Gabby Hernandez, her heels clicking against the tile like warning shots. Her face is a storm, eyebrows furrowed, eyes blazing with determination and fury. Gabby doesn't wait for permission to speak. She marches straight to the front desk, slamming her purse down as she glares at her brother, Rafe Hernandez, who is clearly not ready for the incoming hurricane. "I can't believe this," she snaps, her voice echoing through the room. "I bend over backwards to make this plan work, and somehow, Xander Kuriakis still manages to slip through my fingers." Rafe leans back in his chair, crossing his arms with the patience of a man who's had this conversation too many times. Before he can answer, Leo Stark strolls in, sipping coffee with a smirk that could cut glass. Well, Leo purrs, who woke up on the wrong side of the scandal this morning. Gabby spins toward him, hands on her hips, ready to explode. But Leo isn't intimidated, he feeds off chaos. Every sarcastic quip he tosses into the conversation fans the flames of her temper, mocking her plans, teasing her about Xander, and calling her Salem's very own drama tornado. The scene becomes a chaotic mix of sibling bickering and Leo's gleeful instigation. Gabby's voice rises, her frustration spilling into threats about what she'll do to anyone who gets in her way. She is determined to bend the situation to her will, even if it means crossing lines she swore she wouldn't. And beneath the humor, the tension is real. Viewers can see it, Gabby's schemes are starting to slip out of her control, and in Salem, the higher you climb in manipulation, the harder the fall when the truth comes crashing down. The grand halls of the DeMera mansion are drenched in shadows as the afternoon sun filters through the tall, curtained windows. Every tick of the antique clock echoes like a warning, reminding E.J. DeMera that time is running out. Johnny DeMera enters hesitantly, his footsteps soft on the marble floor. He knows this isn't a casual father-son talk. EJ's tone on the phone was sharp, urgent, and commanding. The weight of the DeMera legacy presses down on him as he steps into his father's private study. EJ stands by the fireplace, one hand gripping a glass of bourbon, the other resting behind his back. His eyes are cold and calculating, studying his son with the precision of a chess master analyzing his next move. "Johnny," EJ begins, his voice low but laced with steel, "if we are to survive this trial, you must do exactly as I say. No hesitation, no doubt. Do you understand?" Johnny swallows hard, his fingers fidgeting as he nods. "Yes, I understand. But, Dad, are we sure this is the right way?" EJ strides forward, his expression a dangerous mix of pride and menace. "The right way?" he scoffs. "The right way doesn't exist in this family. We do what's necessary, or we lose everything." A tense silence hangs between them, broken only by the faint crackle of the fire. Johnny's eyes flicker with doubt, but EJ grips his shoulder firmly, a silent reminder that loyalty to the DeMera name is not a choice, it's a demand. As Johnny finally nods, the camera lingers on his conflicted expression. The question lingers in the air: will this alliance save them, or is EJ leading his son straight into a betrayal that could shatter the family forever? Across town, the atmosphere shifts to a quieter but equally nerve-wracking scene. The soft hum of an air conditioner fills the small apartment where Sophia Choi is tidying up, but her movements are stiff, nervous, as if she senses that trouble is already at her door. Suddenly, that trouble arrives. Tate Black steps inside, his face set with determination, his tone sharp as a blade. "Sophia," he says, voice firm but controlled, "we need to talk. And this time, I want the truth." Sophia freezes, the color draining from her face. She tries to feign innocence, her voice soft and trembling. I told you everything, Tate, there's nothing else to say." But Tate isn't buying it. He takes a step closer, his presence towering, his frustration palpable. "Don't lie to me. I can see it in your eyes. You know more about this adoption than you're admitting. Who are you protecting?" Sophia's hands shake as she grips the back of a chair for support. Her mind races for an excuse, a deflection, anything to keep the truth buried. But Tate's unrelenting gaze feels like a spotlight, burning away every layer of her composure. "Tell me now, Sophia," he says, his voice dropping to a dangerous whisper, "before this whole thing blows up in your face." The tension is suffocating. Viewers can almost hear her heartbeat pounding in her chest. Her lips tremble as if she's on the verge of confessing, but is it the truth, or just another desperate lie to save herself? By the time the scene fades, audiences are left gripping their seats, knowing that one more push from Tate could either break Sophia completely, or drag them both into a scandal with consequences Salem has never seen before. And so, this Wednesday in Salem, comfort and chaos weave a dangerous dance. Paulina clings to Abe for strength, but the storm is far from over. Gabby sharpens her claws, ready to fight for what she wants, even if it costs her everything. EJ plots in the shadows of the DeMera legacy, with Johnny caught between loyalty and doubt. And Sophia? She stands at the edge of a cliff, as Tate closes in for the truth. One wrong word, one wrong move, and everything could spiral out of control. Because in days of our lives, someone always slips, and when they do, the entire town feels the fallout. Stay tuned, because the drama is only getting started.